Hello, everyone. You're going to love this one today. We're talking to Claire Roberts. She's the CEO of, you'll never guess what, the Lice Clinics of America. You don't want to miss this episode. This is going to be fun.
Welcome to Your Mark on the World, bringing you another change maker with champion of social good, Devin D. Thorpe.
This episode is made possible via the support of our sponsors, including Johnson & Johnson's Caring Crowd. Hello, Claire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're excited to learn more about the Lice Clinics of America. I think most of us think that just can't possibly be a thing. Tell us what on earth is going on with Lice Clinics of America.
Well, yeah, these are not clinics where lice go to get treated. This is where parents and kids and caretakers go. We are the world's largest provider of professional services to treat families, kids, anyone that has head lice. And we do that in our professional urgent care clinics. We have over 200 open in the US and we're in 30 other countries.
Wow. I remember talking to old Ted Stanley about this 15 years ago. And it was just a crazy idea then. It's interesting to see it come to fruition all these years later. The incredible progress. It seems to me that the key element here is a patented technology. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's just really phenomenal. So Dr. Dale Clayton, who's a world-renowned parasitologist who studies evolutionary biology at the University of Utah, also happened a number of years ago to have his twins were 5 years old at the time and they came home with head lice. I credit his wife with saying, use your big brain to solve this problem. He was familiar with lice because he studied them for evolutionary biology. But what he discovered is that rather than using pesticides, or, for goodness sakes, not shaving the kids' heads, to use heated air at a certain temperature, at a certain airflow, and a certain delivery method, you can dehydrate and kill literally all the eggs and lice. And really the eggs are the important thing in a very short period of time. Now, he didn't figure it out overnight, and many of his research students studied along with him. And the University of Utah has a tech transfer office, and they raised capital and funds, and they spun the company out. And what is so cool is that basic research and a real need by a really smart guy who was a dad has now turned into a company that employs, with our franchisees, lots of women, so I care about that as well, lots of women who hire lots of women to mainly take care of moms and kids, because moms usually are the ones dealing with this issue. So basic research turned into not only a great economic development project for this country and for the world, but it also is doing really great things for families.
How much does it cost for a child to be treated?
Well, it's less expensive than you would think when you consider the alternatives. So taken just out of context, $175 is the average per child at one of our care clinics. However, we have certain programs for those that are not as financially well off. We have discounted programs. We help subsidize. Our clinic owners help subsidize. And we also have treatments, products that you can use at home if you can't afford to have someone take care of it. When I say it's less expensive than the alternatives, a very powerful toxic type of pesticide prescription product is $300 and you can only treat once, and it has a lower efficacy rate than ours. So compared to the alternatives in the medical community, ours is a great value and a great bargain. It's one and done, 30 minutes. However, if that is still too expensive, you can treat at home with one of our products.
That's great. And what are the products that you send them home? Is it a shampoo sort of disinfectant kind of thing?
It's a liquid gel. It's like a shampoo. Yeah, you put it on, and it takes the least expensive products that we offer, which we sell these in our clinics. Because if you come into a clinic, we can diagnose you, tell you if you really have head lice, and make a recommendation or a treatment protocol that you can afford and you want. Most people, when they get into the clinic, want someone to take care of it for them. But the topical solution, it does take 2 treatments over a 10-day period. You interrupt the life cycle of the lice and the eggs. We also are about to launch a product that our clinic owners will offer, as well as on Amazon, that's called One Cure, which uses that patented heated air also with an FDA cleared device, and you can treat at home.
Oh, wow.
We do hope that parents always, if they can, come into our clinic. We have experts. They'll put their arms around you, give you a big hug, tell you not to worry, and they'll show you how to do it, and they'll tell you what you need or take care of you.
Now, how many people show up thinking they have lice but don't?
I think the average now in our clinics is a good 30%, 30 to 40% come in, think they have lice and don't. And that's one of the things that, since you brought it up, that's so cool, is that our clinic owners do not treat you unless you have lice. We don't take advantage of people in their time of stress or anxiety.
Right.
We actually show them why they do or don't. And we do require or strongly recommend everyone in the family come in for a head check, because sometimes people don't think they have it and they do, and vice versa. Only about half the people have an allergic reaction to the lice, so saliva in the lice, and that's what causes the itching.
So, Claire, how long have you been with the company now?
5 years, almost 5 years to the day.
Wow. And tell us about the progress the company's made in those years.
Yeah, it's just been phenomenal. So when I joined the company, the founders of the company and my predecessors had created this amazing product. They had IP protection in place for the shareholders, employees, and franchisees. So IP protection is valuable to them. They created a device that they had already finished the clinical trials. We have FDA clearance, a class 1 medical device, and they had created the better mousetrap, or as we say, the better lousetrap. And they handed the keys to that over to me and said, okay, now let's get the right team together. Let's find other people that want to be in this business, and let's create this network of trusted professional treatment centers. So we started with 0 clinics 5 years ago. We have now 150 franchisees in the U.S., 200 clinics open in the U.S., and more coming online every month. We have 35 employees that work out of our corporate office, but every one of those franchisee owners, every one of those 150, have people that work in their network. I consider our company to be all 500 or so of us that are involved with solving this problem.
That's great. Well, Claire, what are the economics for the clinic owners? How's this business working for them?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I'm out on the road touring and meeting with clinic owners to see how they're doing and how we can help them. It's like any entrepreneurial business. You don't get there overnight. There is no free ride. There is no free lunch. It takes hard work and caring, investment in your time. As an entrepreneur, you have to wake up every day, put yourself in the business, work on the business and work in the business until you can grow it to a scale where you can afford to have, maybe an executive enterprise model. But those those owners that are sort of following our best practices, and they all have their peer groups, it takes them a couple of years to get to a point where they're seeing a profitable business, but along the way, they're building value in their business, and they're creating jobs in their community, and they're taking care of families.
What medical training does a franchisee need?
They do not need any medical training. They need to have a big heart, a lot of great work ethic, some caring, a little bit of capital, and then we train them. And we certify them.
But are the people who are delivering the actual service, do they have any licensing requirements or healthcare training requirements?
Only the requirements that we put them through in our company. So all franchisees that buy in come to our office. We put them through training, not only on how to use the device, but even more importantly, how to work with those that come in with very high anxiety, how to get them calmed down, how to show them whether they have lice or not. We actually show them lice under a microscope so that it's not quite as scary. And their training is in our corporate office, and then in the clinic by the franchisee owner themselves.
That's great. So, Claire, you've had a remarkable career, certainly a remarkable success there at Lice Clinics of America. What's the most important lesson you've learned over your career?
It's really all about the people. I keep relearning that lesson over and over and over again. And when I say that, I mean the relationships and the people that you need in any business. Your customers, you're caring for the customer, seeing the story behind that face of the person walking in the door or on the phone. It's the same concept. You have to have the right team in your company. You have to find your right business partners. You have to find the right vendors. And if you do all that and you really care about what you're working on and working in, a lot of really great things will happen.
Oh, that's great. Why did you choose to tackle this when this opportunity came up? Why was it of interest?
Yeah, well, as I've often said, it is true. I did not grow up as a little girl thinking I would be the CEO of a head lice treatment company. But I have had the opportunity a number of times to work in startups. So I really like identifying what I think are good business opportunities. And I was contacted by the chairman of the board of this company and lead investor who asked me to come in and take a look at the business. It's a big, big market globally. It's a $4 billion market globally. In the US alone, it's a $500 million market. 15 million head lice treatments a year. So big market, very underserved, a lot of myths out there, an opportunity for a company with a better solution that's non-toxic, green, clean technology, an opportunity to really, as I say, not only do something well financially for employees, who all are owners in the company. We do stock options with all employees. So employees, shareholders, franchisees, and then customers. So it was just a remarkable opportunity. I've been in a number of industries, but this one is the best of all.
Oh, that's great. Claire, what's your superpower?
Well, can I have three?
You sure may, if you do.
Three superpowers. My first superpower is I really do think I'm good at spotting a good business opportunity. I've been very fortunate to get involved with either startups or turnarounds and to be able to sort of identify what's a great business opportunity. So I think I have a good superpower at that. I think my other superpower really is the ability to always ask the question of everyone, employees, owners, customers, what's your story? To be able to see behind them. If I know more about them, and I think I can kind of see that in them. So that's sort of a built-in empathy that I like to have. And I grew up with the golden rule, and I always try to treat people the way I want to be treated. So I feel like that's sad. I don't know if I should take claim for the golden rule being my superpower, but I love it. But the last and the best now is I get to add with this company, my superpower is I can kill lice. I can kill super lice.
That's great. Well, Claire, thanks for being with us today. Appreciate your time. Before you go, would you take just a minute and tell people how they can learn more about Lice Clinics of America and connect with you personally? Absolutely.
So our website, pretty straightforward, liceclinicsofamerica.com. And you can reach me at Claire at liceclinicsofamerica.com or reach out to our company, and I'd be happy to talk to anyone and everyone. I love getting out into the field and talking to our real customers and our franchisees.
Fantastic. Well, Claire, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. We wish you every success in delousing America.
Thank you very much.
All righty. Let's do some good.
At Caring Crowd, we believe everyone has the power to make a difference. Through our crowdfunding platform for community health, we empower passionate people to drive real change. Whether you work for a nonprofit organization, volunteer, or want to get involved for the first time, you can post a campaign on Caring Crowd. Join us, because caring is where change begins.
Thank you for listening. This podcast is available at youtube.com/Devin Thorpe. Subscribe to this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes by searching for Your Mark on the World. Every weekday, Devin hosts a CEO, celebrity, entrepreneur, or other changemaker here on the Your Mark on the World show to inspire and prepare you to make your mark. Devin is a champion of social good, writing about, advocating for, and advising people who are doing good. He is a Forbes contributor who is a recognized thought leader in social entrepreneurship, impact investing, and crowdfunding. To book Devin as a speaker, visit devinthorpe.com.